all cats old enough to catch their own prey gather here beneath the podcast for a clan meeting. Welcome to Paws and Clause, a podcast where we read the Warrior Cats books in chronological order. I'm Jill, joined by my co-host and lore purist, Scout, and today we will be discussing 3 different stories. The Prophecies Begin, Book 3, Forest of Secrets, the novella Tigerclaw's Fury, and the short story, The Elder's Concern. Hello, Scout.
Hello, Jill. How are you today, my friend?
Oh, I am doing all right. So, dear listener, we had to miss a few weeks because October is just an absolute cluster for me. I always have a million things going on.
One in a round.
So we are, in fact, recording in November at this moment. And let me tell you about this weather. It just keeps going cold and hot and then cold and then hot. And
I feel that.
I'm just about sick and tired of this shit.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
I feel that. It keeps being here, like, it's Southern California, so cold is relative, but it keeps being very cold at nighttime, and then I'll be cold at night, and then I wake up and, like, I take a walk at, like, 10 a.m., and then I'm too warm, and I'm like, what happened? I was just cold.
Yeah, it's unconscionable is what it is.
Yeah, the thing is that about the weather is that I would like it to stop. Just like in general.
Yeah, I just want it to chill out.
I would
be normal.
Yeah, I would love the weather to chill out. Also, I want to say, as far as lore purist, I do admit I like to make fun of these books and all the times they get the lore wrong. But also, I always feel I have to say, Erin's, I get it. There's a lot going on. Gang.
Yeah, no, it is definitely a very tongue-in-cheek name that I'm giving you.
Yes,
simply
absolutely.
Because of what we have discussed prior to this episode.
Yeah, there will be. We'll be returning to this, dear listeners. But, before we get into all of this, and we're discussing many things today, before we get into it, how is the Prey running?
Oh, the Prey is running all right. I made some spicy noodles for my lunch. I finally went to a different grocery store, which meant that I actually could buy miso because they don't sell miso at Publix.
Not so much international in the international aisle at the Publix.
Well, there's not really a cold international aisle, and they also just don't have it.
It's only the dry international aisle.
Yeah. But, whatever. So I was finally able to grab some miso, and I also grabbed some udon noodles. And so I made like a quick little spicy noodles with a miso chili oil sauce. It was so good.
That sounds very tasty.
And now I'm like regretting not getting something more substantial for dinner tonight because I did just realize how hungry I am. I might actually I might be bad.
Just add a little something extra on there, Just get a little bonus.
Let's be bad.
As far as food goes for me, nothing too terribly exciting of note. But last night was a order pizza extremely late and eat it kind of night. And man, having just a slice, like a good slice of pepperoni pizza when you're really hungry.
God, it fucks so hard.
There's just it is a transcendent experience.
There's
every
nothing
time
quite
when
like
you're
it.
really hungry and you take a nice bite of a piece of pizza. Oh, shit's so good.
Like a hot piece of pizza with when you get that pull of the cheese and it's like
exactly it's got some grease, but it's not it's not overly
too
greasy.
Yeah,
still got that nice crisp. You holding it in your hand.
I do also just want to mention, I know we've talked about the Cattails video game before, but I believe this month is when it's coming to Switch, correct?
I believe so, yeah. They were able to boost the release date for Cattails Wildwood Story, I believe this sequel is called.
Yes.
Because they were sort of developing it with handheld stuff in mind due to the Steam Deck. And so it ended up boosting the release date for the Switch port, which is great.
I'm very excited about it. I do really want to pick this up.
Yeah, I want to pick it up too. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I wonder if you can do like the way that you have a Stardew Valley duo farm that you guys can play at the same time. We should have, if that's possible, I would love to do that with you.
It's not. It is a single player game, but wow, wouldn't that be cool?
Perhaps one day, maybe in the third installment, if there's ever a third installment.
God, that would be so
look
cool.
Into putting.
I
love
that.
Man, doing playing a Stardew Valley farm with your friend is truly a great
Literally,
time.
Can we just talk about this? I do want to get on this this point today because it has been something that I've been doing quite a bit of lately. Playing video games with your friends. Hey guys.
Playing video games with your friends owns.
It's really fun.
It's so great.
Like, I know I've mentioned before that I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, and I do have like a lot of like solo playtime on Baldur's Gate, but I feel like I've shifted now and more of my playtime is being spent playing with other people, and it's so fun, and I love it a lot. And
it's a delight. It's really a delight to play games with friends, and I want to do it more often than I do.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like such a bear trying to schedule it, but it is so worth it. So worth it. So fun.
It's great.
I also got some fun mail this week.
Yes, that's right.
One of a big Warriors fan artist, Harrier Tail, headed up a zine version of the Ultimate Guide, which is just a bunch of cat profiles done by all these different artists, and it is so cute. I already shared a couple pictures with Scout and AJ of some of our favorite little guys.
We got a maple shade in there that's sick.
Yeah.
She's like got a little smirk. She's got some blood on her face.
She's got her nose all scrunched up. We've got a very cute Barley and Ravenpaw.
We get a little Barley and Ravenpaw in the reading today.
We do.
Which I love.
Oh, I forgot to show you the scrungliest Scourge.
Oh, look at that guy.
I know. He's so scrungly.
Oh. The thing about Scourge is he's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. I really do need to figure out who all of these cats are, because some of them I'm like, I think I know who you are, but I am not sure.
Oh, let's play a game. You tell me some cats that you don't know, and I can tell you what they're from.
Who's this man? Who's this one down here?
Oh, who is that? Wait, who is he featured with?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Who is that black and white guy? Wait, show him to me again. My best guess is Barry Nose, but I don't know that it's actually Barry Nose.
They are hopefully going to do another pre-order. It is currently sold out on their Etsy, unfortunately.
Listeners, I hope you liked the audio. I realized this was a very fun game for me, but as soon as we started doing it, I said, "Oh no, this is an audio." It's an audio thing that we're doing. It was a picture of a sort of sandy colored cat with a pale like lower face and muzzle and a pale belly, looking at a black and white cat, like a tuxedo cat. It's very nice art. All of the art is lovely. I love the style of the works, and zines are great. I love
zines. It's so fun.
I know you've been working on a lot of zines recently. Every day I wake up and I'm like, man, I would love to just make a little zine that's just something, like a one-man project.
You should do it.
I think about it all the time. Maybe I need to just commit in the new year to taking a couple of months off of like doing commissions and just work on something like a zine or another personal project as like a little treat to myself.
I think that would be a great idea.
Thank you. Artwork. Speaking of artwork, I do want to say you linked to the Polish cover once again. Great cover.
Fucks.
It's so good. Just each of the Polish covers. Every time we look at a Polish cover, the composition is so good. Like this has incredible flow between the two cats. It's Fireheart, and I'm assuming that's Gray Stripe, or is it Tigerclaw? I guess probably Tigerclaw.
Yeah, that's definitely Tigerclaw. He's got the little...
Yeah, because he's got the notch in his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just not because of the lighting, harder to see the tabby on him. But it's Tigerclaw and Fireheart, and they're kind of circling each other. And there's just this great flow to it visually. And there's these leaves floating, and the sun is great. It's just great.
Yeah.
I kind of just started talking about this cover. Sorry, do you have anything to say about this cover? It's very good.
No, it's a very good cover. Let's get into it. In Forest of Secrets, we begin with a flashback to the night Oakhart brings Misty Kit and Stone Kit to RiverClan. Greypool questions him about their origin, and as she accepts them into her letter, she realizes these kids are from ThunderClan. As our story returns to Fireheart, the young ThunderClan warrior continues to worry over Tigerclaw's possible murder and general do-battery. He and Greystripe decide to visit Ravenpaw after a gathering in order to get more details on the night that Redtail died. With this conversation, they learn that Oakhart was in fact crushed by a rock, and Redtail was killed by Tigerclaw as he fled. There's another detail that Ravenpaw recalls, that Oakhart stated that no ThunderClan warrior should harm Stonefur. Fireheart decides to confirm these details with RiverClan and speaks to Mistyfoot and Silverstream, who confirm the cause of Oakhart's death, but aren't sure about the Stonefur statement. Fireheart continues to keep an eye on Tigerclaw, further solidifying in his mind that Tigerclaw is responsible for the accident that injured Cinderpaw, and adds in the mystery of Mistyfoot and Stonefur's origin to his investigations. Adding on to all of this, he is continuing to cover for Greystripe, who's still meeting with Silverstream, by way of training Brackenpaw, trying to teach Cloudkit clan traditions and respect for the warrior code, and deal with Tigerclaw being continually hostile towards him, and trying to figure out why he is meeting with rogues and becoming more friendly with Brokentail. Eventually, Mistyfoot has Fireheart speak to Greypool, who tells him that she knows Stonefur and Mistyfoot are ThunderClan born, but makes him promise not to tell them. As New Leaf arrives, the river floods, posing more trouble for RiverClan. 2 of Mistyfoot's kits are swept away by the water, and Greystripe and Fireheart luckily spot them and save them before they die. When they return the kits to RiverClan, they learn that the clan has been forced out of their camp, and that 2 Legs are poisoning the river. The 2 warriors offer to hunt some prey for RiverClan and do so in secret until Tigerclaw catches them and Bluestar punishes them with apprentice duties until they have learned their lessons. At the next gathering, Nightstar, leader of ShadowClan, announces that ThunderClan has been sheltering Brokentail. Despite Bluestar's argument, it is clear that WindClan and ShadowClan are becoming more hostile towards the group of forest cats. Greystripe learns that Silverstream is expecting his kits, and when the kitting goes wrong on the border of their 2 clans, Silverstream dies, leaving her 2 kits motherless. Cinderpaw, who has been helping Yellowfang and become her apprentice, is deeply saddened by the loss and questions her abilities, though Yellowfang teaches her that not all cats can be saved. Tigerclaw, of course, catches the event, but the 2 kits are brought back to ThunderClan while Greystripe buries his lost love. Tigerclaw reveals the affair to the clan, who begin to distrust Greystripe, and soon RiverClan comes to ask for the kits back. Bluestar asks to wait until the gathering to decide, as the kits are newly born and RiverClan leaves. Fireheart goes to speak to Bluestar in private after the event, and she reveals that Mistyfoot and Stonefur are her kits that she gave up to prevent Thistleclaw from becoming deputy. Cloudkit is soon apprenticed to Fireheart, and he begins to train his rambunctious nephew. As they are hunting one day, they see Tigerclaw leading a band of rogues back to the camp. The deputy had sent most of the warriors away on patrols to leave the camp undefended for this attack. They rush back to camp where Fireheart confronts Tigerclaw in Blue Star's den. The deputy had tried to kill Blue Star, and she is deeply shaken by the betrayal. A River Clan patrol arrives to help defeat the rogues, and Tigerclaw is captured and exiled after his crimes are revealed to the clan. Yellowfang, distraught over the hurt her son has caused the clan that took her in and trusted her, feeds broken-tailed deathberries in order to end his life. Towards the end of the book, Fireheart is announced as the new deputy, though this is done after the time stated in the Warrior Code, and a possible omen from StarClan causes Fireheart to question if Blue Star's leadership is rotting away from the inside. Eventually, Blue Star agrees to surrender the kits to RiverClan, and Graystripe decides to go with them, telling Fireheart he can't leave them alone and that ThunderClan doesn't trust him anymore. Fireheart is heartbroken but accepts the decision, though his walk back to camp has him thinking deeply about how much his life has changed. In the novella Tigerclaw's Fury, we see Tigerclaw's struggle as an exile. He's full of anger towards his old clan and former allies, but soon finds the rogues he worked with and reestablishes his leadership over them. He begins brutal battle trainings. When he learns of ShadowClan's weakness, an illness that has left the clan unable to care for themselves, he slowly manipulates his way into their favor, training their apprentices, hunting for their food, taking care of their borders. He shows off his strength by attacking a ThunderClan patrol, killing Running Wind, and taunting Fireheart. When Nightstar dies without having named a deputy, Running Nose, the medicine cat, eventually realizes that Tigerclaw is the best option they have for survival, and the former ThunderClan cat is promoted to leader. In the short story The Elders Concern, the elders of ThunderClan question the decision that Blue Star has made in choosing Fireheart as the new deputy of ThunderClan.
A lot happening today.
Yeah,
I feel like I say that every episode, but I really took a lot of notes this time, and I have so many things I'm excited to touch on. But to start out, we'll start out with our discussion of Forest of Secrets.
I love this book. It's one of my faves.
It's a good book. It's a good book.
I love the mystery. I love the, investigation. I love the drama.
There's a lot of solving mysteries and then waiting for Fireheart to also solve the mysteries, because wow, is this man
God,
orange.
He's so orange in this book, guys.
Never has a cat been so clueless. We've
literally
some clueless cats before, but the scene,
literally the first gathering of the book, he is sitting with the elders and they're like, "Oh yes, I remember that year. That must have been the year when poor Blue Star lost her kits." And Fireheart's like, "Huh, interesting." And then the entire book, he's like, "Huh, Blue Star seems to really act motherly. Huh, that's so weird that Stonefur and Mistyfoot are not fully RiverClan. Oh wow, they're really part ThunderClan? That's wild. Hey,
I wonder who could possibly be their mother.
I wonder who could possibly be their parents. Oh my god. Look at the fact that, as Mistyfoot and Blue Star are walking back from the gathering together, the way their fur shines in the moonlight is, the exact same. Man, I wish we could all get along. Because we're all the same.
Can't the clan see that even though we come from different places, we're so similar? Fireheart, your fiery heart, it's in the right place. I agree with you, but this is not the example because they are related.
He's so stupid. Oh my god, it's so funny. And oh my lord, he's so dumb. Yeah, he really just is he's got all of the clues.
He's got all the clues, Mr. Policeman.
And he is coming to a completely incorrect solution at the end there.
It's so funny. And when he finally figures it out, he's like, whoa,
I can't believe that. Why would you do such a thing? And she's like, boy, I did it for the same reason that you are trying to get Tigerclaw fired.
Oh, there's a lot of Fireheart in this book being like, why is this cat acting this way that I also am acting? I am calling him out right now immediately for all the times that he is frustrated with Cloud Kit when that cat is acting exactly the same fucking way that he did as an apprentice.
Yep.
Taste of his own medicine with his nephew.
For real.
I think I have this later in my notes, but I'll mention it now while we're sort of on the subject, is that as a child, I hated like Cloud Kit and Cloud Paw the whole time. I was so disappointed in him as a character. I thought he was so annoying and arrogant and all of the things that Fireheart says about him. And then coming back and reading as an adult, I'm like, this is, first of all, just a child. Second of all, a lot of times he's right when he challenges the warrior code, because we on this podcast, we know that the warrior code mostly sucks. Thirdly, he's not that different from Fireheart in the way Fireheart acts.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get more of this in the upcoming books, especially the next book, I believe, because that's the bulk of Cloudpaw's apprenticeship in the next book. But it is really interesting how my perspective on that character has changed really drastically reading the books as an adult versus as a child, because as a child I was like, he's so annoying.
Yeah.
He's just the most annoying cat. And as an adult, I'm like, he's right.
He's actually correct.
He's actually correct. And also, I think he really was trying to do his best with the elder duties and wasn't slacking off. Fireheart is convinced that he's slacking off, and it's like, okay, he's not even an apprentice yet.
He's just a baby boy.
He's just a baby, and Tigerclaw should not be fucking giving him apprentice duties when he's still a kid. That's absurd.
Yeah. I also think it's very fun how like all of elders like adore him.
They're like, love him so much.
Oh my god, you're just the best little boy. We adore you. We love you.
They're all like sticking up for him when Fireheart comes to admonish him. It's the best. I love that, and I love how much Brindleface, as his adoptive mother, also cares for Cloud Kit. I like him. I like that little guy.
I do too.
We'll have a lot more to say about him later, but
he's fun. He's a fun little dude. I really do love him as an adult. I think like he is genuinely he grows into such
he grows a lot. Yeah. I'm excited to get to book 5 because we're gonna have a lot more to talk about with him in book 5.
Book 5.
But going back kind of to earlier in the book, just once again, big talk for Tigerclaw being at the top of this book. Like, I saw what you did in the battle with RiverClan. Dude, you literally almost let Fireheart die in that same fight. What do you mean I saw what you did in the battle with RiverClan?
Yeah, like, I saw what you did. I saw Goody Proctor hanging out with the devil. What were you doing in the forest with the Devil's Sacrament? Like, come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
Literally ridiculous. Well, Tigerclaw is like so overtly a pain in the ass in this book.
He's such a little bitch in this book. Like, sorry, but the man is so whiny. He's
whiny.
Just
and
so
he is
whiny
like
and pouty.
There's a moment, I didn't put it in the summary, but there is a moment where he is like having Fireheart test out a branch to walk across to see if they can make it to the gathering.
He did this twice in this book. He tried to get Fireheart drowned.
Yeah. Fireheart either slips or Tigerclaw moves the branch and Longtail didn't notice. Whatever happened, Fireheart nearly drowns. Longtail saves him. And like, Fireheart's like, hey, wait a second. Did Tigerclaw do that on purpose?
Another himbo moment. Yes, he absolutely did.
Yeah, he did, very clearly.
Yeah. But I did really like the moment of Longtail pulling Fireheart out and kind of being like, it's, don't worry about it. And I'm so interested, like, because reading it at this time and thinking about it, I was like, I wonder if like when Fireheart was being washed away, if there was a sort of moment of breaking of trust between Longtail and Tigerclaw, because Longtail has definitely been one of Tigerclaw's lackeys. And I feel like this is sort of when we start to see that begin to disintegrate here.
Very much so.
And I really like the fact, like the detail of it's not Fireheart pulling himself out. It's that Longtail goes and saves Fireheart from being washed away downstream. And I wonder if there were any words shared between Tigerclaw and Longtail, of Longtail being like, what are you doing? Or what are we doing? Or if it was just an instinct from Longtail. There's a lot of unsaid subtext in that scene that I picked up on this time that was just really exciting to me.
Yeah, I really do enjoy, like, we're going to see more of Longtail as things continue. And I'm a huge Longtail fan, like, especially when you remember that he was trained by Darkstripe. So, like, him turning his back on Tigerclaw really, like, it makes sense for him to be the one who's like, I'm not gonna support this, like, because, you know, he's kind of just following what Darkstripe, his old mentor, was doing, and Darkstripe is like,
Darkstripe is Darkstripe. He's upset. He's Tigerclaw's #1 fanboy.
He really is. He doesn't ever, I don't think he ever takes a mate, does he? Oh, and Tigerclaw was Darkstripe's mentor, so like it makes sense, like that's their line of succession. Yeah,
and you know, Longtail is on his way to breaking the generational trauma here with
and Dustpelt too, because both Longtail and Dustpelt were trained by Darkstripe, and they're like, hey, no, we don't like that.
Dustpelt is, like, we don't get that much about him, but he's also so fascinating to me because he's got the whole thing where Darkstripe did train him after Redtail, but Redtail was his original mentor. And there's the whole thing happening with Dustpelt, like definitely having a crush on Sandstorm and ending up getting really jealous of Fireheart, and then like eventually getting over it.
And it's so funny, because I literally, every single time I read Warriors, I forget that Sandstorm and Dustpelt are not brother and sister. Like,
I mean, they're around the same age. It makes sense.
Like, I always forget that these two are, like, not siblings.
Right, yeah.
Not because I'm like, oh, that's how I read their relationship. Just because, like, oh yeah, they're the only two apprentices at the time Fireheart comes into the clan, like it would make sense.
Dustpelt does go on to get to find a new mate, and they have so many kids. I'm looking at his page right now. He has so many kids.
They have so many children.
He loves his wife so much, though.
He really does. They have 7 children.
And he just loves his wife so much. I can't wait to get to that, too. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hey, did you know that... I think we forgot to mention this as well. Longtail is Dustpelt's half-brother.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Because Robin Wing is both their mother. Oh, wait.
Yes, Robin Wing is their mother. Anyway.
Patchpelt's still alive right now. That's Longtail's very old dad.
Yeah, he's pretty cool dude.
I like Patchpelt. Yeah,
he's very chill. He's very kind to both Fireheart and Cloudpaw.
Yeah,
love him.
The frequency and intensity with which Fireheart and Graystripe are just sneaking all around in this book is so
when does anything get done in this clan? Because everybody's sneaking around.
Everybody is not in the clan ever, and it's just so fun. They like within the first like 50 pages, we have them going to talk to Ravenpaw and Barley, and then also coming and talking to Silverstream, and then also from Silverstream going from Silverstream to Mistyfoot, and then from Mistyfoot Greypool, and it's.
And then it's like, back to save Mistyfoot's kits. Yeah. They're just like all over these borders.
And then they're hunting for RiverClan. Like, we suspend disbelief a lot on this podcast, but how were they getting all this shit done without immediately being found out?
Man, I wish I knew.
They're very talented, or everybody else was really busy. In that story beat, though, where Fireheart and Graystripe do go and speak with Crooked Star and with River Clan and find out about the river being poisoned and the fish going away. I really like the moment of Greypool standing up to Crooked Star and sort of admonishing him and being like, come on, we should take help if it's offered. It hits different this time around, knowing that she is essentially his sister-in-law.
Right.
Just like there's definitely like a family dynamic there that did not read to me previously, but now that we have the context of Crooked Star's promise, having that in there, just like it was a little, it made like warmed my heart kind of moment.
Yeah. I just love all of the glimpses we start to get into the politics and cats of River Clan.
It's great. I always love to see River Clan.
I love River Clan so much. I love Mistyfoot.
Mistyfoot is so good, and I'm so happy that she sticks around for so long.
Me too. She and Fireheart, if I remember correctly, it's been years since I've read. I feel like I remember she and Fireheart like end up developing more of a relationship over the years, and they are like, they're, for being from like different clans, they do become like friends, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they become good friends. They go through a lot together.
They really do. I think people do ship them.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
There's quite a bit of shipping stuff out here.
Yeah. Shout out to Mistyfoot's kits, who all disappear except for Reed Feather.
God. Yeah, the fact that none of these kits in this book have names, wild.
So yeah, I've noticed that throughout the entirety except for Cloud Kit until we get
their apprentice ceremonies. We really don't get any names.
We don't know their names. And there hasn't been, up until this point, Cloud Kit was the first kit to have a name, like, written down in the book, in the books here. And I don't know if even in this book I don't think we get Bramble Kit and Tawny Kit's names. We just hear Tiger Claws kits.
I think we do get Bramble Kit as the name.
Because I thought we did, but then we get it in Tigerclaw's Fury. He talks about Bramble Kit, but I don't know if they say it in actual. They just say Fireheart is like, one of Golden Flower's kits is a dark tabby, so Tigerclaw must be the father, and like that's I think that's all we get about the kits, which is it's just so interesting how little they are spending time on babies. Which seems so different compared to like where we started on this podcast with kids voting, but also just with like a lot of kits and a lot of like putting a lot of emphasis on the kits' names and stuff, and like we got a lot of like parents over their babies choosing names, and it's really interesting to see in this first arc that there is just not a lot even of like being in the nursery compared to where we've been before entering the prophecies begin.
Oh yeah, I mean we were starting every single book in the fucking nursery.
We were seeing so many baby deliveries. I suppose we do get a baby delivery in this one, but
it breaks we're a little real bit bad. It hurts every time. It
hurts so bad, but it's just every time also, the moment when Cinderpaw is bossing Tigerclaw
my God, it's everything. So fucking good.
It's everything to
You have a tongue lick. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Get your shit together.
It's so, and he just does it. Absolutely cowed that man. Oh, I love it. Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit more about the Silverstream death since we've kind of entered this area?
I cried today about Silverstream. I always, like, Graystripe was always one of my favorite characters. We know this. Love the relationship that Silverstream and Graystripe had. Like, I know there are definitely some issues with it, but like, and we'll see more of this in Leopard Star's honor. As I learned from a TikTok that I sent you.
Which is exciting.
She's sassy. She's like she's unapologetic for the fact that she loves Graystripe, and she's like, we're gonna make it work. Like, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about me. And she loves Graystripe so damn much.
She does.
And her death just breaks my heart every time because of the way that it hurts Graystripe, who has like he's renounced his clan even if he hasn't actually done it because he's just been spending so much time with her. And so when she dies and her kits are being taken away, like it makes sense for Graystripe to go with them because even though he is Fireheart's best friend and like they clearly care so much about each other, like it is very clear that like Graystripe values her so much and respects her so much. And like, you know, even Fireheart kind of gets it. Like he's like, yeah, she seems like a good cat. I wish, like, he basically is like, I wish she wasn't in fucking RiverClan because then things would be fine. But
things would be I wish that this wasn't happening like this, but like she's great. I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it just breaks my heart every time because Cinderpaw is like so distraught by it.
So distraught about it.
The fact that she dies, like, you know that like she would not be giving birth on the border if she didn't want Graystripe to be there. And that's like what kills me is like she should have been in her camp, but instead she came to Graystripe. And like, you know, I don't know if we'll ever find out more of this or anything like that, but you know, it almost makes you wonder, was she coming to ThunderClan to give birth to her kits there and to join ThunderClan to be with Graystripe?
Oh.
Like, because that's just a theory. It is not confirmed, but like, you know.
A cat theory.
But, you know, I mean, she was coming across the border even though she was like in the process of giving birth.
Yeah, I think that that's a perfectly reasonable theory.
Yeah, I just she breaks my heart. I love her so much.
I'm also just thinking about Crooked Star losing another family member, and it hurts so much.
God, every single time I think about Crooked Star losing a family member.
Oh,
God, that poor man. He deals with so much.
He deals with so much. The sort of scenes following this, with Cinderpaw taking the death really hard and feeling like she couldn't save Silverstream, Yellowfang talking to Cinderpaw, sometimes cats die and no cat can do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Raw ass line. Also, that scene mirrors so much what happens at the beginning of Yellowfang's secret with Silverflame's death and Yellowfang speaking with Sage Whisker and being really frustrated that Sage Whisker couldn't do anything for Silverflame, and Sage Whisker being like, sometimes the best that you can do is make them comfortable because there's no way for them to not die.
Yeah, which kind of brings us towards some stuff that happens at the end of the book.
Yeah. Yellowfang Broken Tail time? Is that what you want to talk about?
I do kind of really want to talk about it. It's literally my maybe one of my favorite scenes in the whole series.
That scene is fucking bananas. It's so good.
So I messaged Scout when I was rereading this because I was like, I know this is the book where it happens. But at the very, like earlier on in the book, Cloud Kit sneaks out of camp and Cinderpaw and Fireheart catch him, and Cinderpaw's like, just let him come help us find berries. Like, it's gonna be worse if you send him back. And he like nearly eats a bunch of death berries. And like Cinderpaw makes a huge deal out of like, do not fucking touch those. They will kill you. And then later on, Cloud Kit is like showing all the other kids like, these are death berries. Yeah. Don't eat them.
They're so dangerous.
I just messaged Cal. I'm like, Chekhov's death berries. Like, I was like, I know it's coming. I know it's going to be in this book. They're laying the groundwork.
Good. I mean, good Chekhov's iteming to Cherith Baldry. It's great. Yeah, I really like the very cleanly done with like the setup and knockdown of those bowling pins.
Yeah, it's really good. And just this scene where she kills him is so fucking raw because Fireheart is like sneaking in.
He's coming to get Yellowfang for some reason and hears that like something is happening and is like, I'm not
gonna listen, but I am not going in.
I'm not leaving either. I'm just gonna sit here and see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
I can tell this is a canon event.
Yellowfang is being like so patient and kind. She's like, it's okay, you're gonna be all right. You lost a life, but I've gotta heal the rest of your wounds. And he is so fucking mean to her.
He is so mean every time. He's so mean to her.
And he's calling her an old pest. And he's like, give me something for the pain. Come on, hurry it up. And she like, her demeanor shifts. And Fireheart is like genuinely afraid. And he watches her roll the death berries in front of him. And she's like, these will help with the pain. Go ahead, eat them. It'll go away for good. And I'm just like,
yeah, eat them and all your pain will go away. I know you're on your last life. A medicine cat always knows. Also a hard ass line.
Yeah, and it's just she's like, you don't care for anything, not your clan, not your honor, not your own kin. And he's like, I don't have any kin. And she's like, I'm your mother, bitch.
Imagine poisoning your terrible son, and as he's dying, the last thing you say to him is, "Oh, and I'm your mom, bitch."
Yeah,
bitch ass boy.
And
it's so good. I noticed this time a lot more of sort of these moments of Yellowfang and Broken Tail as sort of a tertiary plot through this book. We have a lot of these little moments of Fireheart noticing Yellowfang is like bringing Broken Tail out into a little spot of sunshine and grooming him and talking to him, and he is just shutting her the fuck out. He is ice to her.
Yeah.
And it's like this time she was probably thinking she has this chance to try and show him kindness and softness that she was never able to when they were in Shadow Clan because it would have aroused too much suspicion.
Exactly.
And she's trying so hard to connect to him now that she has this chance and is absolutely getting stonewalled. Nothing from him.
Yeah.
And it's agonizing. It's so...
Yeah,
I did everything. I did everything I could,
but he died. It's like,
yeah, dog, you did.
Yeah, and it's part of it is like her covering her tracks about killing him because she does not know that Fireheart saw what she did.
Right.
But like it goes deeper than just like her giving a lie. Like she tried so hard she gave him so many chances as this prisoner, and she tried so hard to connect with him, and she did everything she could, but then she had to kill him.
She did everything she could. She tried so hard even back in Shadow Clan. We saw it in her Super Edition. She's been trying hard for years.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, I love Yellowfang. What a woman.
A little bit more Shadow Clan talk here. I'd love to circle back to when Nightstar reveals that ThunderClan has been housing Broken Tail.
Yeah.
Because I was initially reading that and I had sort of just been thinking of it from, the Fireheart perspective that we're getting in this book, and I'm like, Nightstar is really kind of acting like an asshole, which sort of sucks. Like we really liked him in that in the manga, and I just don't really feel like that characterization is holding here. And then we got to the gathering and I started to think about it, and I was like, no, if I was Nightstar and I found out that another clan was just giving sanctuary to the war criminal that fucked up my whole clan, I would also be really children. Pissed. Yeah, I would be pissed off. And I think that that's the thing that's really interesting and good about that whole conflict is that I can absolutely see both sides of this argument in this scenario. I can totally sympathize with Nightstar being like, no, he has to die, and I can also completely understand being Blue Star and seeing this, Cat in a context that is one of the only contexts she's ever seen him in, in his very defeated old man state, as Broken Tail is after the events of last book, and not wanting to kill a relatively pathetic seeming old man.
Right.
I just think that's good and fun. Also, extra bonus juiciness. I bet Nightstar was also freaking out because he doesn't have 9 lives because Broken Tail is still alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if I were him, I would also be like, yeah, we gotta kill that guy because I need to be able to lead, and I don't, and StarClan won't give me my fucking 9 lives. So it's again StarClan's fault.
Yeah.
But again, like just all of the politics and stuff, not just about RiverClan in this book, but like there's so much interclan politics in this book specifically that is just like I'm sinking my teeth into it.
Yeah.
I really am having a good time.
It's so good. There's so much inter-clan drama, and it's so fun. That's what I fucking come here for.
Exactly. We come here for this nonsense.
We come here for magic. Sorry.
This is why we have the clans. Sorry, I feel like I've been talking a lot.
No, you're so good. You know me.
But if there's anything that you want to add,
I think you've done excellent with this. You know me, I have not been taking the best notes during Prophecies Begin because I have just been like so fucking entranced being back in the forest. So
yeah.
Oh wait, can we talk about Greystripe and Fireheart, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a whole paragraph here that I wrote out from the book that we have to read. Before we get to that, just Spotted Leaf, we're really in it now.
Spotted Leaf, we're really in it now. So true.
That's really all I have to say about that dream, but it was so funny.
It was.
He's absolutely just like, the energy.
Wow.
Every time Fireheart dreams about Spotted Leaf, it's just like, oh, Spotted Leaf, this is a pickle that we're in.
We're sure in a pickle, Spotted Leaf. How are we going to get out of this one?
How are we gonna get out of this one, Spotted Leaf? That's okay. That's all. That talk to me about Greystripe and Fireheart.
I just think they're so important to me. They are best friends. They care so much about each other. The fact that like Fireheart doesn't even like yell at him or like try and like fight him to keep him in ThunderClan. He's just like, yeah, this is what he's gonna do, and I can't stop him. I'm like, my boys. God, and just like knowing knowing what their relationship, like what they have to go through in the future together, fucking like the fact that this moment of like they both have things that they should be so proud of to share with each other and things that they should be happy for in their life. Greystripe has kids, Fireheart's the deputy now. But it's all so fucked up and sad that they can't, like, enjoy these years, this time together. And it just hurts.
It hurts.
It always hurts me when best friend characters have to, like, split up. Because, God, it just does.
Part ways, yeah. Because I want them to just be together, be best friends, and be side by side all the time.
Yeah, they are a pair, do not separate.
Exactly. No cat could feel more strongly for Greystripe than Fireheart had for 4 long seasons. Come on.
Yeah, gay ass.
I will read this paragraph as well.
The bisexual ginger cat agenda is continuing.
For real. Never again, his heart was crying. No more patrols, no more play fights, or sharing tongues in the den after a day of hunting. No more laughter shared or dangers faced together. It's over. There was nothing he could do or say.
Man.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I love them.
They're
my best boys. I don't have like a ton to say about the other 2 stories. Except for I feel like we need to make a version of the Beyonce meme with Maple Shade. Because seeing her show up and like Tigerclaw being like that voice that's always been in my head, like it turns out she was real. I'm like,
Maple Shade?
The whole time?
The whole time it's been Maple Shade? She been here?
Fucking love it. Love a Maple Shade cameo. This bitch truly does not stop.
Never stops. It's tasty, tasty, tasty.
I do agree. I saw your note in there. I do wish it had been Thistleclaw, but I think it is definitely they had not decided he was going to be in the Dark Forest yet.
Yeah, I think they hadn't really worked out Thistleclaw yet when this was written, because this was written way ahead of like Spotted Leaf's Heart and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's always good. It's always good to see Maple Shade.
I love her.
Maybe some people might think that it's sort of a cheap trick to keep pulling Maple Shade out and be like Maple Shade is the source of all evil in the clans. But listen,
she's a girl boss. Well, and also here's the other thing. Consider sometimes fan service. I'm the fan and I'm being serviced. Like
exactly.
Sorry, I like it. I'm not going to complain. Good. Slay.
I want to talk about Tigerclaw's psychology briefly.
Yeah, what a whack dude.
There's another paragraph that I've written here that I'm going to read that has been haunting me since I read this because it is so unhinged. This paragraph is, there was no more soft green moss, but he spotted some dry leaf mulch within reach. He clawed it against his belly, packing it into the cut. He felt a burst of triumph against his surroundings. The forest had tried to deny him moss, but he had found something else. To think like this is frightening to me.
He's a Republican.
To be convinced that everyone and everything in the world is completely out to ruin his life.
He wants to be the victim so bad.
Never has. It's just
a straight white man.
It's so terrifying to me. The scariest thing in the world to me is a straight white man.
Yeah, no, straight up.
And that is that is the most extreme example, but it is he is totally in character throughout this whole novella, being exactly like this with everybody.
Oh yeah. He's so fucking manipulative. He's like, if I do this, they're gonna owe me and then I will like be able to take over. He is like so... Like, a lot of what happens is luck. Like, if ShadowClan hadn't had the illness or whatever. But the fact that he is just like, oh, this is perfect. This is all part of the plan.
All according to Keikaku.
Exactly. Absolute wild. Part of the story happens, like, in book 4, which is kind of awkward with the placement.
This is essentially sort of telling I really liked reading it back to back with the end of Forest of Secrets because it's like immediate. We're essentially going directly like from the scene of Tigerclaw being exiled, like right into the continuation of that scene, which was really fun. But this does, we'll be talking more about the things that are happening in ShadowClan come the next book.
As well as really the patrol that he finds.
Yes, as well as the patrol. But it was really interesting to see it from this perspective, kind of get a look into Tigerclaw's lackeys here. Shout out to the first resurrection of Clawface.
Welcome back, King.
You made it back. It's so funny to me that he had not just like a regular death, but like a full-on dramatic death. Like Fireheart making a big deal about it. This is vengeance for Spotted Leaf. Graystripe saying, I would, kill anybody for you, or whatever the fuck he said to Fireheart in that book.
Yeah.
And then to just have Clawface be back here, and it's so funny. I guess this is it is again retconned later in the Blackfoot novella, where they've taken Clawface out again, but they haven't like gone back and changed it here.
Amazing,
which is so amazing to me. Incredible.
I'm looking on his page. And it just says, notice, Clawface's appearances in Tigerclaw's Fury are a mistake, as he was killed in Fire and Ice. Like, yeah, dog.
He was so killed in Fire and Ice. A cat has never been killed more than he was killed in Fire and Ice.
Yeah, like, Graystripe fucking snapped his neck.
Yeah.
You don't come back from that.
You're very, very dead. You do not come back from that.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
Running Nose is kind of a pathetic meow meow in this one.
He is, and I think that it's made worse by the Tigerclaw perspective, because of course Tigerclaw thinks that
he's like
everyone aside from him is weak and pathetic, and but I just love to see Running Nose really has it rough. Running Nose is like single-handedly running a crumbling plan for
the fact
for
that
like this
Nightstar
entire thing.
Did not appoint a deputy and Running Nose was like, I guess I'm kind of just the deputy now. Nightstar hasn't decided on one.
Nightstar was too sick after the last deputy died. Fucked up.
He's like pulling triple duty.
Seriously,
poor man.
he is being leader and deputy and medicine cat all at the same time.
Yeah.
And
while there's a fucking plague.
While the fucking plague, the miasma has overtaken Shadow Clan. It's really bad. We will see more of it in the next book. It's really bad. We didn't really see we got like a brief mention of Little Cloud. I'm just excited about more Little Cloud content.
Too.
I'm actually a huge Little Cloud fan.
Yeah, no, I like him.
The last thing I had to talk about here is that I wish that we'd gotten to see Tiger Star's 9 Lives ceremony. Yeah,
because why the fuck is StarClan giving him 9 lives is my question.
Exactly. I'm still confused about this. Does he get like Dark Forest 9 lives?
That's what I'm wondering. Because like who in their right minds?
Who in StarClan? They know what is happening. Yeah. They're not just like la-di-da up there. We've seen the fucking pool that they can look in and see everything that's happening. We've seen their little television set. We fucking know that they know. Why would they give Tiger Star 9 lives? Why would they do it?
Oh, I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you think Running Nose faked the omen?
We got it at the end of the thing. Snag faked the omen.
Oh, that's right.
Or whatever he calls him.
Jagged Tooth, right?
Jagged Tooth, yeah. His
right.
robe.
I was reading it last night. I must have.
That's fair, yeah. No, yeah, it was Snag. And then also Tigerclaw specifically says, like, I'm not going to make Jagged Tooth the deputy because he thinks that I owe him now, but I don't. So it's going to be Blackfoot instead, which is just considering everything that happens, that's a very funny way for... What?
Sorry, I did just look up Tiger Star's 9 Lives ceremony.
Is it in there?
Yeah, dog.
It's in the fucking Code of the Clans?
Not Code of the Clans, Ultimate Guide.
Ultimate Guide?
He gets StarClan lives.
You guys can't fucking do that.
He literally... Okay, you know what?
Just give me a rundown of who it is. Do you want to read the whole thing?
You're gonna be so upset.
Oh my god.
All right, so the first one is Badger Fang, who was Badger Paw, who was one of the ones that Broken Star forced to fight, and so Flint Fang gave him his warrior name. Yeah,
we have that whole thing. Bullshit.
I want you to guess who the second one is.
I have an idea in my head, but it's technically a spoiler for the next book, so I don't know if I'm right.
It's fucking Pine Star. His fucking dad. His fucking dad gives him a life.
I have rolled away.
This is unconscionable.
The man left his fucking clan because Star Clan told him to kill his fucking son.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Now he's in Star Clan and they're giving him
No. He only walks in Star Clan to give Tigerclaw a life, and then he's leaving. He says Pine Star. Yes, although that is not the name I had when I died, because you were a kitty pet. That was my choice for my final life. But I walk with our ancestors for tonight to give you a life for being aware of what goes on beyond clan borders.
Bullshit! Fucking bullshit! Bull and shit!
And shit. Can you fucking believe that his father gives him a life?
I am sweating over this. I am so mad.
Yeah. I knew you were going to hate it. I was like, Scout's going to be so pissed.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, dude.
Pine Star would fucking never. Okay, Pine Star would never do that.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I will say, one of the other cats that gave him a life is a medicine cat who faked a sign to choose a new leader. So, do with that what you will. And then Cedar Star is the last one. And he's like, I shouldn't have appointed Ragged Star.
So, of course, fucking Ragged Star isn't there because he's in the Dark Forest.
Right.
So Ragged Star wouldn't give him a life. Absolutely
Yeah. Yeah.
Cedar Star.
Yeah.
How many mistakes can one cat make?
So many, apparently.
Yeah, I'm looking for the list. Are those the only ones we know that they mentioned? Maybe you said like 6 more cats and I just like blacked out.
No, I did not. It's so Little Bird. Who's Little Bird? Why is Little Bird familiar?
I think I remember Little Bird being just like a sort of.
Oh, he was in Yellowfang's secret, or she was in Yellowfang's secret.
Yeah.
She was an elder. Straight up. I'm looking at Little Bird's page, and it says, although unnamed, Mothflight sees Little Bird giving Tiger Star one of his 9 lives in Mothflight's vision.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, yes, Little Bird was an elder, and she gives Tiger Star a life. Badger Fang gives a life. Pine Star gives a life. Whitetail, who, like, is a cat from a long time ago. Sedge Star, Flower Star, Red Scar, who is the medicine cat who faked the omen to get Flower Star to be the leader of Shadow Clan.
Right, yeah, that's one of the
that was
short
in Code of the
stories
Clans,
that we read. Mm-hmm.
Moss Heart and Cedar Star.
Yeah, just I'm shook over this. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
He has a list of victims on his page.
I know.
And StarClan is out here fucking just giving him 9 lives.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Elder's concern.
Oh my god. So many things wrong with this short story. I cannot believe it is considered canon because it is completely incorrect.
There's nothing correct about it. It's so funny how wrong it is. First of all, it's written as though Fireheart was made the deputy immediately following Lionheart's death, which is just so incorrect.
You know what's also hilarious? They're like,
what?
Yes, Fireheart got picked as the deputy. He's only been here for half a moon.
I know!
What the fuck are we talking about? He was there for longer than half a moon when he was fucking made a warrior. And also, he has been in the clan for like at least a year plus now.
Yeah.
Who is writing this shit?
Apparently Victoria Holmes.
Vicky!
But I don't know. Vicky, are you okay? Blink twice. I read that sentence and literally I had to like read it 5 times and then I reconciled it in my brain by being like, oh, this must mean he's hardly been here for half a moon, as in he keeps sneaking out and not being around for half a moon. But no, that's not even what they meant according to like what the wiki and stuff says about this story. Also just so many old people yelling at clouds.
It really is.
And they wouldn't yell, these old people wouldn't yell at clouds is the thing.
Yeah, they love Cloud Kit.
They love Cloud Kit, exactly.
But like literally the elders really like Cloud Kit and Fireheart. So this story makes no sense from a character perspective.
Nothing about it makes sense. It's so
I do not read this story. It is not worth the 5 minutes that it took to read.
It was just really I did not expect it to be this
so
much
bad.
of a mess. I thought that we couldn't get like wilder than the resurrection after 3 days of Clawface from within the tomb as the stone is pulled away. But this is somehow worse continuity wise.
Yeah, this is unacceptable, honestly.
It's really, guys. There should be so many people double checking these things. You have like a multi-million-dollar franchise of cat books.
Yeah, please.
You guys, please. I'm begging
Please at
you.
least keep an idea of who's alive and who's dead. Like, that should be the bare minimum.
You gotta be writing about the correct deputy naming ceremony if you're gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
really all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I'll hop us over to the Erin Corner, I suppose.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't have too much today. There's not a lot of trivia about this book, or about Forest of Secrets. It was Cherith Baldry's first ever Warriors book. This was her first time writing for the series, and honestly, a banger. Good book.
Good job, Cherith.
Good job, Cherith.
Knocked it out of the park, man.
Really noticing her signature styles here with a lot of interpersonal drama, a lot of that kind of, what's it called? Like HBO television sort of feeling to it. Some super raw lines, really good raw lines.
Yeah.
And Vicky Holmes has actually stated that Forest of Secrets is kind of when she first started to become genuinely attached to the characters in the world and really feel like they had something bigger than they had originally sort of considered and assumed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that this feels like a kind of because of that and because of introducing Cherith into it, definitely feels like a turning point and very much sort of a foundational text for the series going forward. Like, kind of feels to me like they were really getting their sea legs and making a lot of like sort of big moves with this one.
I agree.
I really like it.
I don't have a ton in Sharing Tongues, I will admit.
Let's go through it.
The main thing I have is Graystripe and Silverstream are very popular for AMVs.
Fair.
Just such good tragic shit. So I popped a couple I watched a couple of AMVs earlier. There was one, I was watching them on the TV first.
I got Snapchat from you.
Yeah, I was watching him on the TV because I was eating lunch, and I was like, okay, I'll watch them on the TV and I'll type stuff about them in our notes document. And then the fucking video just froze on a zoom in of Graystripe's eyes, and the text just says, "What's the point of life?" And I'm just like, I tried to turn the TV off, it wouldn't turn off. I tried to go back to the main menu, it wouldn't do anything. I had to unplug the TV.
Wow.
So cursed. I didn't really find much specific for Forest of Secrets in terms of like longer form videos. There's a couple of like jokey joke videos out there and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But definitely go look up some Graystripe Silverstream videos. I know there was one that I really liked a long time ago, but I could not find it, which is unfortunate.
That's too bad.
Fanfic, we've got 20 stories for Forest of Secrets specifically. Most of them are like canon divergence or reactions to the book. There's a lot of like content in the Warriors tag on AO3 that is like not what AO3 is used for, but
that's so funny. I mean, yeah. some of them are probably children, so yeah. You know, which you get off AO3 for now. At least don't have an account.
Just wait.
You know, go play outside. Touch some grass, get a little sunshine. I've been you. It's like you're fine. Mm-hmm. You're fine. Like you're gonna do it, and that's okay. But if you're out there and you're a child and you're listening to this,
maybe don't.
You should go and enjoy the world a little bit.
Enjoy your childhood.
Play Warrior Cats.
Go play Warrior Cats out on the playground for me.
Go outside. Will you play Warrior Cats for me, please?
There is definitely some Fireheart Graystripe shipping material. A lot of like angsty Fireheart about Graystripe leaving.
That
and
makes
I
sense.
may have mentioned this last time, but there are 99 fics for Graystripe and Silverstream. We just need one more to bump it into that 100.
Come on, we got to get to the 100. We got to make it into those 3 digits.
Yeah. I wasn't able to find a ton on Tumblr because there's I think it's a K-drama called Secret Forest. So it was a bunch of attractive Korean men solving crimes and kissing each other when I was searching.
What if they made Warrior Cats into a K-drama?
Now hang on. I've never actually watched a K-drama, so I feel like I can't make any jokes.
Yeah. I also have it but I'm picturing it being just a normal looking K-drama, but everybody has cat ears on.
Oh my god. Yeah, I love that actually. Somebody posted Blorbo Claw on Tumblr posted Blue Star asking Golden Flower of all queens to foster Stormkit and Featherkit. By the way, those are the names of Graystripe's kits. I know they are not named in this book, but that is their name. Or that are their names, can mean 2 things. 1, Golden Flower's own kits were so young, they wouldn't have harassed or disturbed Stormkit or Featherkit for being half-clan. They were themselves barely a few days old. Or 2, Blue Star felt instinctively it would be pretty funny to force Tigerclaw to see the 2 kits raised by his mate and mother of his own kits. And in both cases, it's legit, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll drink that, brother.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Golden Flower, you can do better, babe.
Yeah. Somebody else was doing a live react and they wrote Darkstripe being upset at Tigerclaw for not sharing his plans with him, broken heart emoji. And really, for real, that is Darkstripe's whole vibe when Tigerclaw gets exiled. He's like, you didn't tell me anything, I'm not going with you. Pathetic.
For real, it's so Darkstripe is maybe the most pathetic, derogatory cat in the whole series.
Oh, for sure. And then there's this comic by Tertain the Original, where we've got we've got Fireheart dressed up as Sherlock Holmes and Graystripe as Watson. And Fireheart's investigating. He says, "How curious, eh, Watson? Watson?" And he sees Graystripe and Silverstream making out in the background. It's so funny. It's so good.
So good. Wow.
Yeah. That's literally what this book is like, is Fireheart trying to investigate, and then he turns around and is like, fucking Graystripe and Silverstream making out again.
It's true. Every time.
It's so funny. But yeah, I am kind of I feel like since we're in the older books right now, I feel like I need to adjust going forward in how I'm searching for content in this section, because problem is so much of the Warriors discussion back in the day is on now defunct forums, and I'm I don't know where I would begin to look. Because I could go into fanfiction.net's forum area, but that's gonna be something people would have to pay me for. That's too much. Yeah. I can't do that kind of work on my free time.
That's so fair, so valid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and over the next couple weeks figure out the best way to start trying to dig a little deeper into the past, because I would love to know some more about fan stuff at this time. But that's about all I've got for sharing tongues. Do you want to head into our Warrior Cat of the Week?
Let's do it. Tell me about your Warrior Cat of the Week.
Okay, well, I know we read 3 things, but I only picked one Warrior Cat.
I also only picked one.
Okay, good.
I totally forgot about picking one for Tigerclaws, and there's nothing. The other thing is not worth picking a Warrior Cat of the Week for.
My Warrior Cat of the Week is Yellowfang.
Hell yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
I almost picked Cinderpaw, but
Cinderpaw also a great pick.
Yellowfang's scene with Broken Tail and her scenes with Cinderpaw and reassuring her that this is a good path for her to be on, and still being all tongue-in-cheek about it for the ceremony where she's like, oh yeah, I'm taking on Cinderpaw as my apprentice, where she's like, she's the only cat I can put up with and the only cat who can put up with me, so don't question it. I just really I love her. I
love everything that she does with Cinderpaw. Their relationship is so good. And again, just shout out the scenes of her trying to connect with Broken Tail, because boy, did those break my heart. So yeah, really, really good Yellow Fang book.
Who's yours?
Mine is The Time Has Come, Jillian.
Oh boy.
It's right.
Oh, good. Good.
So the joke coming into making this podcast, one of the jokes is that like, for an inexplicable reason that even I can't understand, I have a deep love of the side character Brackenfur, Brackenpaw, who gets his warrior name in this book, who is Graystripe's first apprentice here, and essentially also was apprenticed by Fireheart because Graystripe was always off making out with Silverstream. And I just think about him and like am emotional about him all the time for reasons that we will continue to see throughout the series. And so the joke was that every time Brackenfur is going to be in the books, he's going to be my warrior cat of the week. I didn't think it was a joke. I didn't think it was actually going to start this fast, but I just really, so there's a moment near the beginning of the book before he gets his warrior name, where Sandstorm makes a joke about Graystripe stomping around like a badger, and Brackenpaw is just like, he doesn't stomp. He's such a good boy. Defensive. He's so good. He's such a good boy. He just defends, and he defends Graystripe all the time, even though Graystripe is not a good mentor to him. I love Graystripe. Graystripe is such a shitty mentor to this poor guy. And I love the scene where he gets to like be the hero and tell Fireheart and the rest of the camp that the rogues are coming. That's a great scene. Him sort of rescuing Fireheart in that scene is great. And deserved better than Graystripe. I love Graystripe, but Graystripe did not do a great job with his apprentice. But he's just like a serious little guy. He takes his job so seriously in the world, and he is always so like gentle and serious and kind, and it just resonates a lot with me. So this is our first Brackenfur hour. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Good night. If you have thoughts, opinions, questions, or memes to share with us, maybe
especially about Brackenfur.
Thank you. You can write to us at pawsandclawspod@gmail.com. That's paws, as in what a cat has, claws, as in the part of speech, pod, as in podcast. We are also on Twitter at Paws and Claws, and on Tumblr at Paws Clause Pod. Listeners who are 18 years and older can come join us on Discord, which will be linked in the show notes. You can find me on Twitter or Tumblr at HumbleGoat. I'm on Blue Sky too at HumbleGoat. You can see the art that I do, including our podcast cover art, at scoutwilkinson.myportfolio.com. Links to my portfolio and my Ko-fi page are in the show notes as well.
And you can also find me still on Twitter at plot_twists, on Blue Sky at plot-twists, or on Tumblr at antique-romantic. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, where we will discuss Prophecies Begin Book 4, Rising Storm, as well as the first 2 volumes of the Tiger Star and Sasha manga. Read along by buying the books from a local bookstore or checking them out from your local library. Until then, dear listeners, may StarClan guide your paws. Also, Scout, as a nice little post-credits scene for you, I'm going to read out a bit from Tiger Star's warrior ceremony.
All right.
This was my choice for my final life, Pine Star agreed, but I walk with our ancestors for tonight to give you a life for being aware of what goes on beyond clan borders. There are good cats everywhere, Tigerclaw. Do not forget that. He leaned forward and brushed Tigerclaw's nose with his own. A flurry of images flashed into Tigerclaw's mind. of green fields, lazy swollen rivers, two-leg places made of hard red stone crisscrossed with thunder paths and humming with the sound of monsters. He shook his head to clear it. I will be loyal to my clanmates above all others, he growled. Pine Star inclined his head. The warrior code demands nothing less. But do not assume that every other cat is an enemy or unable to help you in some way. He turned to leave, then looked back. I am proud of you, my son, he mewed. When I left the forest, I thought I would never see you again. But here you are, leader of Shadow Clan. Perhaps not the choice I would have made, he added wryly. But you have traveled a hard path to get here, and you deserve your reward. And I did it all without you, Tigerclaw hissed inside his mind. His pelt prickled at the thought that his father, the treacherous warrior turned kitty pet, dared give him, loyal to the last, nothing but warrior blood running in his veins, one of his lives. I won't mind losing that one in battle, he thought.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. Psycho behavior.
Absolutely unbelievable.
This man...
The persecution complex is really
it's so, yeah.
StarClan, why are you giving this guy 9 lives?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.